Hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. Be sure everything's muted. So come on in, y'all. Let me get you on my Facebook. Hey, Metro. Sorry, I was sharing myself out. I wish there was a way that I could do that on Instagram. Like, put our links in. You win, huh? That's funny. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, oh my gosh, have I been busy. I'm trying to get my second channel up and running, and believe me, it's been something. I was supposed to start posting every Tuesday, and I'm making it like every other Tuesday. So by the time I take care of my pooch and all the chores I got to do daily, ugh. Okay, so I got me a little baby. I'm going to work on something else. Okay, my paintbrushes just keep falling for a little bit because I know I've been painting a lot. Yeah, I know. It would be nice. Yeah, if I do inform them, I'll just take my art program and make an announcement page and then just post it whenever I'm live. It's just the bad thing about the post is people are going to think you're live when you're not. You know what I mean? I wish they had a blimp that rode Instagram when my account got hacked to let people know. Do you know that I was trying to let people know as fast as I could that I didn't have on Facebook or other things? And hey Randy, they blocked me for spamming Metro. They blocked me for 3 days from posting. So I couldn't even let people know I was hacked. Freaking crazy. And I know there's been a bunch of sellers that have been putting up pictures like on Macari that they're selling and things like that. Instagram's doing the same thing to them. Apparently, you can only add like 200 people a day, or you can post 200 posts and then they block you for breaking community guidelines as spam. It's ridiculous. I hate Instagram, to be honest. If it wasn't for the point of having pictures on it, and if it was something that wasn't set up the way it was, I would dump it. I don't like it because of what it does. It gave the hacker the right to hack my account, post to my friends, but it blocked me from telling my friends I was hacked. Now tell me that makes sense, because it doesn't. And not only that, if you search my first and last name, it's the hacked Instagram that comes up. So I went to Google to try to take it down, and all it did was take me in circles. It won't let me remove it from the search engine. Meta is a terrible company. Somebody said they were in trouble. I don't know, but they own Instagram and Facebook now, and they're awful. When I tried to call them, like I said, I went through a whole bunch of different things to try to take my hacked account down. You know what I got back? My facial recognition wasn't me. Even though I sent them my license and a video, they couldn't confirm that it was my face, really, when my pictures are on my Instagram. So I wrote their investors. I wrote the owner of the company. I did everything possible, and they will not give it back. And they said because it's sad that I'm reporting it as a person impersonating me. And they came back at me just here the other day with, there's nothing on it. There's no post on it that breaks community guidelines, so they're leaving it. And I'm like, but it's not me. I'm the person that owns the account, and they're not letting me close it. They're not letting me do anything. And a bunch of people reported it and helped me out, and I still got denied that they're not going to take it down. So whoever's doing the hacking must know it. That's how they get away with it. There was another lady, she had 8,000 subscribers in her business, and hers is hacked by the same hacker that hacked, like the same worded. I believe it's a team. I don't believe it's one person, but the same person came at me with an instant message with the same thing that happened to me when I was hacked. It's a person, because there's a lot of businesses on Instagram, and what the hacker says is they're under somebody's name that's on your list because you don't know they're hacked. And it says, like, it'd be like me messaging you and saying, hey, Metro, I'm starting a business for clothes. Could you add my Instagram page, having like a personal page and a business page? And you believe in it and clicking on the link. And not only did they send it to me in instant message, Metro, I said, when they sent it to me in instant message, I said, I'm not clicking on any links that sent to me in instant message. They said, oh, we'll text it to your phone. They literally texted to my cell phone. I kid you not. And my cell phone is not public on my Instagram. And they sent it to my cell phone twice. That's what made me think it was a legit company. So then I'm beginning to wonder if the hacker doesn't work for Instagram. It makes me question that question. Because how did they have access to that? I didn't give out my cell phone number. Oh, whoever's hacking is very smart, the way they're doing it. And then Glitter, she was on my Instagram and thought it was me. So what did she do? She clicked the link, and her business is on hers, and she can't get her account back either. She has her face all over her Instagram. They won't accept her facial recognition either. And Google has a number you can call, but it tells you right on Google they won't answer, and they're correct. They won't. They say, would you like to hang on to talk to a live person? And then you say yes, click whatever number or whatever. And then they hang up on you because they say they're too busy. So you never get to talk to a live person. It's crazy. Hey, Line. Is that how you say your name? Line? Line? That's a pretty name. I don't know. I think it's crazy. Welcome to my channel. No, it's not fine, Metro. Because what they did when they hacked my account, Metro, they downloaded the 2-code authenticator, and the second code does not come to my cell phone. It goes to wherever they have it, and I can't get it back. I had a tech person argue with me saying, oh, but you made the account. You have the hardware. I go, what are you talking about hardware? I made the account through the app on my phone. I did not make it on a computer. No, I don't have hardware to that account. I didn't download the 2 authenticator code, and the hacker did. That's why I can't get it back, because you have to go into my account settings to do that. So it blocks me every time. Even if I change my password, it doesn't matter. They took over my account, period. And I even told them I don't own an iPhone. And the person hacked my account has an iPhone. I said, I don't have an iPhone. I went through so much. I print screen everything. Like, I went through everything you can possibly go through to try to get that account back. And it's just not coming back. And she did the same thing. She mocked the same thing I did, Glitter did, and she can't get her account back either. We sent video clips of our faces. We sent our identifications with our faces. We did everything possible, and we are not getting our Instagrams. We got hacked by an Instagram person. It's horrible. And I can't get it off of Google. So whenever somebody does my name, if they're trying to find me, they're going to get the hacked account because I can't get it out of Google search engine. It takes you round and round and round. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I gave up trying. I just made a new account and said to heck with it. Hey, Paul. I made a new account and just started over. I mean, it's no big deal because I didn't have anything on Instagram for it to steal. You know, like, I don't shop through Instagram and I don't have a store through Instagram. So they really didn't gain anything by taking my account. It's not like they got my credit card numbers and things like that because I don't shop there. So, and I even asked the scammer, Metro, I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you saw this post. I even asked one of the scammers in a voice message, what do you get out of this? Do you get paid? Like, what do you get from hacking people's accounts? Wait till you see the reply I got. I left voice messages and they didn't answer at first. So I come back with, do you get paid? Answer me, with an exclamation point. And look at the look that I got. That's what they gave me back. The person that hacked that particular account. That message says, get the F off your lazy ass, and get a job and leave people alone. Because I told them off. And that's the reply they sent. I want to reach through, smack your face, computer, because that's what I would do. I would reach through and grab this person by the shirt and smack the shit out of them. That's what I would do with them. That's how pissed off I was. Because you feel violated, you know, and it is a federal, it's an offense. And they took it. They took it. I'm under Tammy's Passions 21, and I'm rebuilding my account. I'm at 407. Come on. I'm at 472 subscribers, trying to get my people back little by little. This is my old account. This is what the hacker took. What the hell? Instagram, could be the douche. Yeah, I know I reported the account. I want to see the profile. This at one point was almost to 3K. Now, when I left the makeup community, it dropped down to 2,860. 2,864 1,804 was what was on my account when it got hacked. And now it's down to 1,833 because I told people, please, you can, when on Instagram, you can go in and unfollow, but that's the account they hacked. Now, as you can clearly see, my face is on my Instagram. I sent a clip and I even did their prompt, and they still tell me they can't confirm that that's me. Freaking really? So, screw them. It's just a pain in the butt starting over. You know, but it is what it is. I get new people on my new account, but I like it because you can post, like a lot of sellers like it because you can post, you know, what you're selling. They can do like little clips. It's nice. This is kind of like how Etsy stores are set up. When you go into Etsy, this is kind of what your store looks like for people to shop. That's why I like the Instagram setup. But if it would have been like one picture at a time like Facebook, I would have just dumped the whole thing. If I didn't have as many friends as I did on Instagram, because I started on Instagram before YouTube. If I didn't have as many friends there, I would just chuck it because they just made me so angry. But it is what it is. I had to chill. I don't have high blood pressure, people, so. Well, that's true, Metro. I mean, I don't give up, you know, with certain things, but when it comes to hacked accounts, it just, sometimes you just got to let it go. Yep, they gave me the smirk emoji. That's what I said, CDC. I just wish I could smack him. I'll take my scissors and poke his eyes out. His or her. Not sure, but I think it's a network of hackers, to be honest. I think it's a bunch of them. I don't think it's one person. And since I've been back to the new Instagram, I've busted out 3 that's been hacked with the same line of starting a clothing store. And it's really sad. And I feel for the people who lose their accounts because you'll never get it back. I even have a friend that lost her Facebook account and never got hers back either. And I never sync my stuff. When I signed up for my new Instagram account, it says, would you like to sync your Facebook? No, I would not. Because if you sync it and somebody hacks one, they can get to the other. I hope you people know this because it's the truth. That's why I never sync my stuff. I think that's the most irritating feature that came out on the web is like when you're playing a video game or something on your phone. Do you want to sync your contacts? No, I don't want my contacts and the things that I do. Some people on my phone contact list don't even know how to run a computer because they're up in age. So no, I don't want to sync it. But yeah, I never sync anything. I figure, you know, if I want somebody to come and play a game with me on my phone, I could just say, hey, do you play Fishdome? You can come and join me playing Fishdome. And if they want to, I can just tell them what team to come and join. Because, yeah, I do play Fishdome on my phone. Not all the time, just every once in a while. I have a team there. I have a team on Homescapes, and I have a team on Project Makeover. When Corona hit, I kind of did, you know, when my store was closed, I just kind of got into some game apps. Next thing you know, I became a leader of 3 teams. But I get to play them sometimes. I don't play them like I was, just every once in a while. But I do like Fishdome. Fishdome's cute. Homescapes is fun too. It's you know, building different rooms in a home. Like you gotta, it's kind of like Fishdome, but instead of winning fish, you rebuild rooms in this house. It's like never ending rooms. It's a lot of fun. About to give this colt a little mane cut. He's getting a haircut. Okay. So there we go. That's a horsey. So we're going to put him in that book that Mousy Deb made me. Is a Happy Mail. I love that book. Oh. We're going to glue him in. But no, I mean, I don't want to keep complaining about the Instagram. I just want people to be aware, because it's not fun when you lose an account and you can't get it back. It sucks. I know I had a friend on YouTube who, she got the YouTube logo and everything in her email, and it was something to do. I asked her a question or something, and she clicked on the link and it wasn't YouTube. She had over 20,000 followers, and it took her months to fight for her account back. And I'm talking months. And the person actually sold it to some news or something about news being posted on it or something, but it took her forever to get it back. But thank gosh for her friends on YouTube, because they helped her fight for it. So if you're new to my channel, Mousy Deb made me this. I love this. It's a binder. She sent it to me in a Happy Mail, which we love our Happy Mails as crafters. Look how cute this is. This was made out of a part of a calendar. She is so talented. I love her stuff. My granddaughter keeps trying to steal this off of me, and I'm like, this is Nana's. This was my favorite present for Christmas that year. So she left the pieces in here because this is part of a calendar. So I measured it earlier. I don't know if it's going to fit, but we're going to try to make it fit. Of this colt. Might have to cut his legs up a little more to get him to fit on here. Just the way the paper lays. Yep. Sorry, horsey. I'm cutting your butt off. There, that looks better. Get this here. Gotta make it work. Stupid gnat. Go away. Why I got gnats down here already. Okay. That looks good. Maybe more up. Want him to fit just right. There. That looks good. So now we get to glue him down. I call this cussy cutting. They call it fussy cut in the South. I never heard of fussy cut until I came to YouTube. I call it cussy cut. This is what's fun about the journals you paint too, because you can paint the pages and make them look really good. And then you can glue whatever image you want. You can even go to Google and download like coloring book images and color them, do what you want, and make it a really cool book. Put him right there. Yep. Can't mess his leg up. Quit. Come on. Quit. Sometimes I hate when the glue isn't dry and it slides. He looks good in there. Now we'll do this piece a little better. Come on. There we go. Oh, I actually have somebody making me something. I can't wait to do the unboxing. It's going to be a surprise. So we'll put this here. This is Purdy. Did I see Bonnie come in here? Bonnie! How has life been treating you, special lady? Yeah, but they're making money off some of them, CDC, because if you sign up for business on Instagram, it's not free. There's a monthly fee. Just like if you had a website. Busy. You've been busy being a granny. I got to spend time with my grandbabies this past weekend. It was so much fun. Kylie and Ethan's birthday was in the month of March. So, of course, we had to get Barbies. Carly likes her Barbies. And we got a drone for my one grandson to fly around. It lights up and blinks and stuff. It's really cool. Sometimes when my husband picks these gifts out, I wonder if they're for him or for the grandkids. You know what I mean? He sits there and plays with them. I say, are you sure this is for Ethan? Or are you sure this isn't for you? But I'll show you what we got him. We got it off of Amazon. I finally met a person on here that can't handle my gabbiness. I think it's hysterical. This is what we bought him. Isn't that cool? It's a Force One UFO. Oh, these stupid notifications. Mini drone for kids. It's a beginner's, does 360 flips, 4-channel remote, 2 speeds, and 2 drone batteries. It comes with the batteries, 4 AAAs, I believe, that goes in the pad. And then there's a lithium that goes into the other part. Isn't that pretty? He's going to have a blast with that. So, the first one we get in the mail, I'm like, really? He opens it up for his birthday. Of course, it was just me and my husband that took it to him. We couldn't make his legit party because they had it with a bunch of kids, and plus he was working. It was a freaking Amazon return. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Pieces were missing. They even mailed it with 4 batteries in it that didn't even match. Contacted Amazon. I'm like, really? You sent me a return. This was supposed to be brand new, not come to me with 4 different batteries in it. So I'm mailing it back the exact same way you mailed it to me. And so they did a complete refund and sent the next one out the very day. We had it in 2 days, so they were pretty quick on the return. It's like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. But it didn't have the charger and it didn't have the extra battery. It's supposed to come with 2 of the other, and then you have to buy, of course, the regular batteries. And it comes with extra propellers. Like, it tells you everything in the description. I'm so furious. Stop be sending me somebody's junk. I want a brand new one, damn it. It's for my grandson's birthday. You gotta watch Amazon. And that's the second return I had to do. The last one was over Christmas. Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. The last one was at Christmas. I ordered a hook rug for my one granddaughter. And the box, or not a hook rug, a paint by number and a hook rug. The paint by number came. The whole box was squished. And it smelled like it came out of somebody's basement. It stunk so bad. That had a busted sewer line or something. I told Amazon, really? Not only was the box busted, the actual paint thing was like, it's like on cardboard, the paint by numbers, was split on one end. And it stunk. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So you got to really be careful when you order stuff off of Amazon. My recommendation is make sure you check everything, and even if you order it months before Christmas, because that way you have time to return things. Because I was disappointed in Amazon this year. I was like, freaking really? And I'm not under Prime, so this wench pays shipping. So when I pay shipping, you better be giving me a good product or you're going to hear about it. Because I don't shop really enough for Prime. I'm like a random shopper. Sometimes you get free shipping depending on what you're buying. Look how beautiful this is. She took and bought a what's that called? My God, Bonnie. I'm losing technology in the crafting community. Like a book board. Chipboard. This is called chipboard, and you can buy these plain off of Hobby Lobby. I believe that's where I got this. And here's the regular size. This one here is not as big. This is your regular size. Yes. And you can buy them plain, and they come with sleeves in them. And then you can decorate them however you want. And I took one of these and I did a bunch of train stuff for my dad because he likes to want his bills and stuff in a binder. So I took the sleeves and I took the originals and made copies and put them down inside. So he had blueprints of like a train yard. He loved it because he would flip and see pictures, and then in between I put the notebook paper for him to use as scrap. That way he continually use it. And I decorated the whole thing in train items. But this wasn't too bad. It was like, this is the 8.5 by 11 inches. It was $12.99 here. And I bought 2 of these. And I did one for him, and this one I don't know what I'm going to turn it into yet. But Mousy Deb made this. She's so talented. She took a horse calendar and some fabric. Look at that fabric. And I got some of that fabric. I bought it off of Pearl. And she made this into a horse album for me. Here's an envelope with goodies. And I've added stuff like a doily with buttons. And I colored this page out of an adult coloring book. This picture came off of a blanket. You know when you buy those fuzzy blankets and they're rolled up? That's what that came off of. I look for art and everything too. Well, this is my philosophy on all that. When I go to Whatnot, they have a train where they do sales with all the people who sell on there. They have people that sell clothing, people that sell glass, people that sell ephemera. You never ever hear them putting each other down saying, "Oh, don't go to that person's sale because they sell glass." I just won't go there because to me, I love it all. I love upcycling things. I love digitals, and I love brand new store-bought papers. And most of the time, if I don't like something, I just keep my mouth shut about it because I feel like everybody does their own thing in the crafting community over here. And I just support it all because I have found some digitals that are pretty darn amazing. And they are cheaper than buying the paper lines. And the one thing when you buy digitals is you can reprint as many as you want to finish a book. Where if you buy a paper line brand new, you have to buy another paper line sometimes to finish the book. So I'm not knocking any of it because I love it all. So to me, I'm not a complainer when it comes to the crafting community because to me, when I hear people put down digitals, I just think they're jealous, to be honest, because I think digitals are gorgeous. Tracy Fox does digitals. Calico Designs does amazing digitals. I follow her on Facebook, and she did a whole horse collection and nothing but Christmas, and I just love her digitals. And sometimes people don't have the money for the, so I love it all. I think mail in, pick what I find, and I feel that it's cool. You know, upcycling stuff. I think it's amazing what people come up in the ideas, but I also love digitals because sometimes, no, but I'm just saying that there are people that are, and I see it in the comment sections all the time, and I just think it's pathetic because to me it is jealousy. To me, it's, you know, it's the eye of the beholder of what a person likes. And I don't pay attention to those people. I like whatever looks pretty. That's my philosophy. Sometimes I go out and I take pictures of stuff outside and use it. I love photography too. You don't really see a lot of photographers showing their stuff in the crafting community though. Hey, Trish. But I'm just saying that's a part of the drama over here, Bonnie. And it is. That's why I did a lot of flushing of crafters. Because I got so sick of everybody thinking their shit's better. And it's not. Everybody has their own way of creating, is all I'm saying. Yep. I like junk too. I wish I could find a house to do a clean out. It'd be a blast. Hey, Hex. Because I've seen a lot of people come up with stuff like what I try to figure out sometimes when I listen to some of these ephemera people, especially the ones that sell on Whatnot. This guy gets like a whole bunch of but I do. And he quit his main job and that's all he does is sell ephemera and postcards. And I'm like, oh my God, where did they get this stuff at? Like, it would be so cool to have a U-Haul full of postcards. Hey, Ben. You know, I saw your live the other night and I went to find you and then it was gone. Like, I couldn't find it in my notifications for some reason. It was weird because I was trying to catch you. Well, that's how some people take it, Bonnie. I'm just telling you, I hear about all of it. That's why I kind of stepped away from YouTube for a little bit. And I've been having fun at Whatnot because they don't do that over there at all. It's my opinion and it's what I see. But anyways, I think it's cool doing mixed media. I stepped into mixed media with Tina and Teresa First time I ever played with it. Never thought I was going to do something like this. But when I started, I've been really enjoying it. And I can't believe how nice the paint turns out, even if it's the regular. Well, not always though, Bonnie, because there's a lot of fighting that goes in the crafting community, and there is a lot of drama, and there's no denying that, because there is. And a lot of it is jealousy, especially when you see somebody selling more than somebody else and doing this. There's a lot of backstabbing. I know, I've been in it too long. I've seen it all. That's why I said that's why I take a chill from it, because it's pleasanter. But anyways, I put gesso on this before I did watercolors, and I actually like the turnout. It kind of almost looks chalky, but it gives like a really cool texture. I had never used gesso with this kind of paint till I came to YouTube. Used to just use this by itself on paper, but it sops your paper. Like, it makes it really wet. But with the gesso, it comes off like, I don't know how to explain it, smoother, and your paper is not as wet. So how have you been, Vin? Oh, that's so sweet. And I missed it. They're doing a donation right now on Whatnot for one of the sellers there who has a dog that they rescued. And the dog was attacked by another dog, and something needs done with the dog's eye. And the surgery is real high. So they have some people pulling together to try to help this dog out. And this dog is so cute. Whatnot is a wonderful auction app, but they also chat there. It's kind of like eBay, but live with people that you get to know who you're buying off of and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I've been over there and I've had the best time. Like, the people over there are so amazing. Very supportive. They're bubbly. They're fun. They promote each other. It's a wonderful app. It's on Whatnot under Tyler's Treasure Shop. Uh-oh. Alrighty, you have fun. Tell hubby you're not too loud. I thank God my hubby doesn't work from home. Oh, I like having a break from him too, Bonnie. But this is acrylic paint. The difference between acrylic, which is really shiny, and the palette type paint is so nice, because this gives off like a thicker texture. You can see where it's a little shinier. Where when you get over here, this is what this kind of paint looks like. It's really awesome. Let me see if you can come lurk. It's awesome, I'm telling you. I'll give you my link, but you don't have to click on my link. I don't do it for the money, because if you share your link, you can make $10 off of somebody if they join, and you get $10 off your first order, and I get $10 off an order, is what you kind of get, like an affiliate link type thing. If you meet a seller and want to become a seller yourself, a seller can make $200 off of you if you join as a seller. But that's not why I promote it. Seriously, it isn't. It's because, I can't even remember how I even got into Whatnot. I think it was Viv, Texas Sparkle Boutique, told me. that she was going to start doing auctions over on Whatnot because she also sells on YouTube. And I said, what's Whatnot? And then I heard, oh my gosh, they buy lockers, locker nuts. They started talking about Whatnot, and then Pirate talked about Whatnot. And then I thought, if all these people are talking about Whatnot, what is it? So I went to the website and typed in Whatnot. You can type it right in Google and it'll pull it up. And it's an app you can download, or you can go into the website on your computer, however you want to do it. So I said, it doesn't matter if you use my link. You don't have to. You can just type in Whatnot, because I didn't do this for money. And because I think you got to do it somehow. I can't even figure out how to get the $10. Something about you got to go on your computer and you got to type in some kind of code or something. I've had 2 people join and I've never gotten $10 off because I never use my computer when I go on it. So it really don't matter. But if you type in Whatnot and you go in, apparently if you start shopping, because like when I first started Whatnot, I know they've made changes. In order for me to do it on my phone through the app, it automatically asked me for a picture ID of identification. So I scanned my license and then set it up through PayPal to be able to shop, because there's no invoicing and no waiting. As soon as you buy something, it automatically comes out of your account, is how Whatnot works, because it's a live auction site. So you better make sure you have your money in your account before you hit those. It's a slider. Used to be a push button because you have other people bidding against you. But now it's a slider where you slide it. They sell Pokemon cards. They have sellers who do football cards. They sell vintage clothing. Kat Von D. You know who Kat Von D is? Our favorite tattoo makeup artist. She sold her shoes on there the other day, and it was quite exciting. And then they had Christina Applegate on there one night. They did a fundraiser. There was a whole bunch of stars. I showed her a picture where they did some kind of fundraiser on there. So you got famous people on there too, and it's really cool. Kat Von D's shoes were huge. Like her platforms, oh my gosh, they were unreal. Let me see if I can find where her sale was to show you, because I don't know when she's going to sell on there again. But it has a magnifying glass at the bottom of the app, and you can type in certain people if you know they're going to be on. But Kat Von D had her her announcement was on Instagram. And I popped into her live for about 5 minutes. She had shoes that were selling for like $400 to in the thousands. But here she is. It's the real Kat Von D, and it doesn't got the blue check mark like you see, but it was really her. She's got 11,000 followers on Whatnot. Like the Whatnot little man. But like, here's what it looks like. I'll show you what one of the sales looks like that's live right now. This is how you maneuver. This is what Whatnot looks like. It's a little yellow W in black. You click on it, you open it up, it'll say for you or followed host already. I clicked the followed host, and right now, let's see which one's on that I follow that I like, because I just added a bunch of new people. We'll go into Oh My GYG. They're funny. This is what it looks like when you open it, and that's what it looks like when you start bidding. See if I get it to focus. See that yellow button? It's actually yellow. It tells you at the bottom estimated shipping. It's starting at $1. And see that person right there with blue is winning? That's how you can tell who's bidding against you. And it's a slider. And that person just won. So what the person does is they show you what they're selling. That's what the chat flow looks like. It's very tiny. On a computer, it's a little bigger. And if you tap your screen, come on. See that yellow heart? If you tap, it's on your phone, but it's not on the computer. You send hearts to people. This is how many people's in the stream, 144. Oh my GYG. Sometimes they sell salt and pepper shakers. You just never know. You got vintage sellers. It's really cool. And they do trains. Like they set up a train and on Instagram, because I follow a lot of the sellers there, for March 11th, for instance, this is what you'll see. It says 8 hours of live auctions starting at 2:30 in the afternoon. These are all the people we pop to, and they do a raid. And what they do is they put some kind of link into one live stream and it drags all of us to the next person's sale. It's the coolest thing ever, Trish. They used to have a boot program like that on Yahoo back in the day where you would be in a chat room and you would all of a sudden your room would change. Well, now they use that feature to hop into different live streams. Schmidt's Auction is one of my favorite people over there in Penguin Boss. Come on, focus. It's not spelled like the normal penguin. It's Pengwenbos. Her name's Lillian. Ghost in the Attic is Melissa. Studio Banger is Jody. Schmidt Auctions is Marla and Dan. You could tell I shop, right? Like I know them all by their first name. And if you're looking for something specific, you tell them. Schmidt Auctions is also a part of High Bid Auctions, which you can Google. It's a whole nother place for auctions online. Pretty cool, too. They got some pretty cool stuff. So now you know where all my Sunny Fun Time mails come from. Besides freaking YouTube. Don't miss the crazy giveaway train. And let me tell you what, these people do awesome giveaways, and it's constant giveaways. Like when you join this, Marla will do a pre-show on Schmidt Auctions, and she does like 5 giveaways alone just on her stream before you even start the sales. Then you go into Penguin Boss, they do a giveaway at the beginning, sometimes the middle, sometimes the end, some of these do. And then each time you hop and you bring people into the stream, like I said, with the raid, they do raid giveaways. That's all you see is giveaways over here. Now, I particularly don't like to enter a giveaway unless I have shopped from their person or I'm going to shop from them. But, you know, like that day I might not be shopping, but I might shop another day. So they know that they know me as a customer, so they know I'm good for. But you have people who just want the giveaways. You're going to have that regardless. You have that on YouTube too. But I don't do that. Just out of respect to the seller, I don't. But it looks good through the Whatnot app if you do giveaways. Makes you look like a good seller. But it's awesome. I'm just saying. I have a lot of fun over there because, and now some of them are coming here. Like, I have people that come and visit me sometimes in my live streams from Whatnot. They're joining my YouTube channel. So I'm able to network over there too. But then I network for them because I use my Instagram. I do, I like helping them out because I know it's a new app. So what I'll do is print screen what's going on and I put it in my Instagram so people can see it. And I do unboxing so that you can see what I buy on Whatnot to what's over there. Like my grandsons collect Pokemon and there's Pokemon sellers over there that are a lot of fun. So I get Pokemon cards for them for there because you get them reasonable in bulk. I mean, can't beat that. I do Christmas shopping over there. Heck, I do birthday shopping over there. I just do all round shopping over there. And then sometimes they have mystery hauls. Like, for instance, Tyler. I just did an opening for Tyler's Treasure Shop, and they'll have a mystery hop where all the sellers have some kind of mystery boxes, and they're usually numbered or they're in their store because they have little stores too that you can look at. Flipping Grub did food. He was the only one that did Canadian and other country snacks. I have that as a video. Because I said after all this shopping, we need treats. So then we go to Flipping Grub. We make a joke out of it, but it's funny. And so when Tyler does his, like Schmitz will say, okay, for St. Patrick's Day, they had a bunch of boxes filled with stuff, or for Christmas, they're numbered. And if you win, they show like a sneak peek at the beginning of what possibly could be in your box. And then they close all the lids and you don't know what's what. And you pick a number. And that's the box you win. And then they'll show it to you before they mail it. So that way, if you don't feel it's worth it, you can cancel your order. Because they've had a few people do that. You know, it just all depends. And then Tyler, when he does his will be in his store, and it'll say, it gives you a hint. Like he had the box I love off of him is when he does travel boxes, because he does Paris and all this different theme type thing. But then he did, what was it? Star Wars. And he'll give just that name, Star Wars, but you don't know what it's going to be. You don't know if it's going to be a board game, stuffed people. He puts a whole mixture. And if you're a collector, like we had a Star Wars collector in that day, they were ecstatic when they saw what he had in his box, because he's really good at his boxes. But he'll give a hint on what the theme is. Like he had one for Peanuts for Charlie Brown. And he has different prices depending on the sizes of the boxes too. And then another one was, I think Ronald McDonald's. And it was like all kinds of McDonald characters you used to get in the Happy Meals, and just a variety of stuff. But it's a lot of fun because it's a mystery box. You take a chance. So you get what you get. And then it's just, there's so many different sellers over there. They have glassware, like Fenty glassware. I can't even begin. I really can't. And then we have Amy Poprock. She's actually married to a former Three Dogs Night musician. She makes cone dolls that are most amazing dolls you've ever seen. I'll show you one. I follow her on Instagram too. She has a store, and Amy's so sweet. She looks like a doll to me herself. That's what I told her. I said, you need to make Amy dolls, because she looks like a doll. I'll show you some of her dolls. Wait till you see these dolls. Look what she does. And she will home make them right in front of you. Her giveaway is usually a free doll. Look at these dolls. She even paints the faces. They're cone dolls. She puts glitter fabric, real fabric, and she'll let you pick out your accessories. And she'll make the doll right in front of you. I love her flower face dolls. I'm yet to get one, because sometimes there's Amy. Isn't she cute? She's so pretty. And that's her room. So like I said, she looks like a doll herself. But her and Tyler were on the other night, and it was really fun hanging out with them. But she makes the dolls, and it's really cool watching her do them. So you can win it free when you pay them. But sometimes when people are bidding, they can go up to $180 some. Sometimes you can get one for as low as $59. Sometimes they're way up there. It just depends on the auctions. People come in and they love her and they love her stuff, and is what it is. She had some flat price ones in her store, and then she sold out. Every time I go to look at her store, it says sold out. So she's one of my favorites. It's fun hanging out with her and Tyler. Tyler was painting a face the other night while she was making her dolls, and it was a lot of fun. I'm not sure if you guys will have the same experience I do, but I love it over there. It's being in the right stream with the right people and good conversation. Time flies. It's just a lot of fun. Yeah, I haven't shopped on Temu yet. I've heard a lot of things about it though. I've seen a lot of people crafting on there. I mean, crafting. A lot of crafters that have purchased from there. And I've seen some YouTubers over there who've kept their same screen names too from YouTube, because I have Tammy's Passions over there too. So it's nice. So here is another gesso page. I think I almost got my gesso pages caught up. Almost. Alrighty, Trish. Well, I'm glad you get to come in. I have to check out Temu too. I just haven't had a chance. I've been too busy on whatnot. So you have sweet dreams. Heck, one night we were on there all night. I never freaking got any sleep. It was like an all night party. Because one of my favorite sellers comes on at late Saturday, like every other Saturday. Matt, oh my gosh, his sales are so much fun. Heck, I was even in a fight on there already once. I said, I guess now I'm broken. Some chick came in there running her choppers at me for no reason. CDC, where you at? He always likes the drama. But it was absolutely funny. She didn't know that Matt and I knew each other. And I was cooking. And I came back into the stream and said something like, what did I miss? I said, did you sell anything good? I said, what did I miss? I said, did I miss a giveaway? People have been totally misinterpreting me for some reason. Or they're just cranky. And she goes, what a thing to ask. And I go, I can ask what I want. And if you don't like it, tough shit, because I wasn't talking to you. Pretty much. And she didn't like what I had to say. And it was like, I think when I think back, she must have thought I was just asking for giveaways. And that's not how I meant that. Because I don't ask for giveaways. I was picking on Matt because that's how we joke around. And she just must not have realized it. And it was funny. She got all pissy. It's like, no, I don't come in here begging for giveaways, idiot. I don't need giveaways. My God, if you guys know what I buy in my Sunny Fun Time Meals, does it look like I need anything? No. I just thought it was funny. She totally misinterpreted that comment. But oh well. I blocked her and she didn't like it. Because I go over there to have fun and I'm not going to let anybody burst my bubble. So we're going to go on these pages with brown and white. I don't think I've done a white background yet. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to paint. Yay! Because these pages are already gessoed. But there's always tea. You're always going to have drama no matter where you go. It's how you handle it. That makes a difference. I just don't have time for people's crap. I'm too busy. I like people who are honest. People I like to get to know. I always ask a bunch of questions because that's just my nature. And some people just can't handle answering my questions, or they get rude, and that's not my problem. That's their problem. I answer questions when people ask, depending on what the question is. I have nothing to hide, especially basic questions. That's how you get to know people who come to your channel. You know, like when you ask people if they're married or if they're dating somebody, why would you lie about an answer to something like that? I don't lie about that stuff. I don't like people that play head games. I like honest, legit people that don't hide. I'm not asking for your DNA. I'm not asking about your personal life as far as what you do. Just simple questions. And there's some people that just can't answer these questions, so that makes me suspicious. So I like the way this is turning out. This is pretty cool. Even though I just painted my water jar. Not like it's a big deal. It's got paint in it. What? Didn't need to paint the outside of it. Okay. So this side over here, even though gesso's white, we're going to go with a white paint. Just to have a white background. Ooh, okay. You want to leak there, you can stay there. This white is really pretty. The Dollar Tree white is not as good as this white. It's not as bright. Because the Dollar Tree paint's not bad in some of the colors. This is pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Woo, that even turned my water almost like a gesso white. Okay. We did brown and white. Background prepping. Okay, I'm going to leave this sit over here. We're going to start on something else. I'll let this dry some. Okay. Let's put this in here. Where is my... do this. Okay, let me see what we had to work on. I believe the next was... let's see what we got in here. Ink. Started to work on finishing these cards here. Boy, these are some tiny words. Come out. Inspire. 2. So we can find to do the letter I. I think we went with Ace. Chili. It's winter. It's like an ice castle. How those get in there? Okay. All kinds of goodies in this little envelope. Hey, John. I hope you had a good week. How are you? Hey, Tina. Are you keeping busy? I've been keeping busy. I'm looking stuff everywhere over here. Okay. CDC, you missed the drama. Where were you? I was asking for you. Okay. I got into my first fight on Whatnot, Tina. It was really funny, too. Hey, Hey, Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany had a cute stream the other night. She lives in a pretty state. Also, you were listening. Are you over there snoozing on me, CDC? Come in here, use me to sleep. I see how you are. Oh, I can imagine, Tina. You're welcome, Tiff. Okay, let me see here. Trying to finish my alphabet cards. I've been working on these. I started on them on Facebook and I forgot about them. I don't know if I have anything in here to go on this particular card. Let's decorate it and see. Okay, so we're going to leave the blue sideshow. Well, not on that card. That's got something written on it. So we're going to set that aside and use this one. We'll leave the blue sideshow since this is going to be ice anyways. So we have... Grab this glue. This glue is so runny, though. A lot of crafters use this glue, but oh, it's really leaky. You definitely have to be careful when you're squeezing glue. See? And you're squeezing this glue because it is super duper runny. Like, seriously. I've never seen glue this runny. It's cool because it has a real fine tip, but it just runs. So we're going to put Ice Castle up here. Like, this is bad. Like, it's so runny. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can use this glue or not because it's like all over the place. Oh my gosh. I'll try. It's like you don't even have to squeeze it. It like literally runs out of the bottle. But a lot of crafters swear by this glue. So we're going to put icicles. This is for the letter I. We'll put the castle there. And it's like, ugh, super, super runny. I'm not kidding. Like, it's bad. But, you know, as crafters, we try what other crafters use, but it's like, wow. Like, really wow. It's unreal. Nothing like getting shot up with glue over here. Okay. The word winter I'm going to cut down. We definitely know winter's cold. I'm going to leave that sideways a little bit because I think it looks better. Come on, glue. And then, let's see what else I can put on here. Move this over. Come on. Ugh. What do we have here that's wintry looking? I feel like I want to give it something. Where did that just go? Oh, there it is. How about this? I'm going to leave this over here because I'll probably use more. Don't you dare fall. Okay. Give it a little cut right there. There we have it. Letter I. Ice. We have ice castle, icicles, winter, and chili. It turned out pretty cute. And then next we have this one's done. We have the letter L. Come on. So for L, I had lace, ladybug, lips. No, lions. Can't even read my own writing. Okay. Hold on a bit of reach underneath. Come on. You can use index cards. Where are my little ones? Knocking my glue over. No, I didn't use them all. These are my bigger ones. Hold the phone. Give me a second. I'm just dropping glue everywhere over here. There they are. These are the bigger ones. I wanted the little ones. Okay. So we have these are a white one. Depending on what I pick up. Okay, I can't remember if I had ladybugs maybe. Let me see. Okay. Let's see if we have enough for L. You know what? I kind of want to do this one. We can skip around. Let's do the nurses. Because, I mean, nurses are so important. This is cute. I have enough to do nurses. There's a ladybug. But I don't know if I have enough of the ladybugs. I don't know. Okay. Let's flip that over. have this cute little piece that says, "Nursing is work of the heart," which is what I like. I've done in-home private care. Can believe me, it is work. So we'll put this up here. Well, if you want to, Tina, you're more than welcome to jump up here with me anytime. You can come up here and bring it, girlfriend. Do whatever your heart desires. Tina's fun to craft with. Or watch craft. Whichever comes first. This is pretty. Put this down here. You know, if you have a glue book or something you could glue in, you could also do a memory page, Tina. With people, with your pets. That's why I did that one book I did. That would be fun. Do like a glue book tribute page. And I love this. It's a little outfit. Isn't that cute? We'll stick that over here. Let me know if you want me to send you the link. And this says, "Blessed are the nurses, for they help us heal through love and care." That's cute too. We'll put that over here. Maybe like on the sleeve. Hey, Ty. Oh my God. Ty, your stream. Oh my God. I never laughed so hard in my life. You guys had my ribs hurting. One thing I can say, Ty, that you really have the gift for is when you start singing those little songs you sing, and when you put the inserts in your videos, they're absolutely funny. I think you had the live stream rolling tonight. You and Nyla were cracking me up. I accidentally typed out the wrong person. Or hit the wrong person. I had to hurry up and fix that. I got fat fingers. And I used my phone. And it's so tiny. I accidentally blocked that K person. She didn't do nothing wrong. I hate when that happens. But there was a troll in there who was running his choppers, and I saw one of your people. I was looking down. I was listening to you guys and laughed so hard I wasn't paying attention to the text until somebody pointed it out. I hate when I do that, though. It's embarrassing. But oh my gosh, they were so funny. You guys missed a heck of a stream tonight. They had us laughing so hard. You get Ty and Nyla together. It's hysterical. Especially 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 when you were singing like that, Tracy. I think everybody we were laughing so hard we couldn't even text. When that happens, I'll be trying to say something and somebody gets me laughing so hard I feel like Santa Claus over here with like a bowl full of jelly. And I'll be laughing so hard that I cannot type. Seriously, it is so funny. Okay, people. she brought up a topic that as I was growing up as a teenager, how many times did you all sing a song and you thought you knew the lyrics? That was absolutely hysterical. And I remember the first time I heard the one song by Def Leppard, I was like, what? It sounded like hemoglobin. And when you brought that up, oh my God, it was like a rush of memories came back. I can't tell you how many times we would look at album covers and we'd be looking at the lyrics going, oh my God, it really says. It was absolutely funny. Album, and you would like, oh my gosh, the lyrics aren't here, and you still didn't know the words. That was absolutely funny. I can't tell you how many times I would did that, and there was a song I cannot remember what it was that me and my sister. It took us forever to get the real lyrics to it because we couldn't figure out what it said. Because you singing along with the radio, you make up your own words. She had us laughing so hard because you have those one singers that they don't have words. They're just, I know exactly what you're saying. Aerosmith does that on one of his songs too. It sounds like he's saying something and you're like, what? I never laughed so hard at them guys talking about that in their lives. That was iconic. I swear. But I would love to know what people think certain lyrics are to certain songs. And you hear the real ones and you're like, oh my God, I feel like such an idiot for singing that. My husband did that here not too long ago. He was singing something. I said, Mike, that is not the lyrics. He says, what? I said, Google lyrics to the song. And he did. And I said, you were so wrong. But it was so funny what he kept singing. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine the people that mess up during karaoke? That would be absolutely funny. You're on karaoke and somebody's singing all the wrong lyrics. I would die. But that was funny. That was you guys had a fantastic live streamer. Oh my gosh. I think we were all laughing. We all had a good time. And Ty's over there laughing. And she's singing. Oh my gosh. And Ty, you have a wonderful voice when you sing, by the way. She does. She gets caught up in the songs. I missed the Sunday Fun Day because she would sing part of the song we had to look up. Oh, that was too funny. Good times, good times. That's what makes a good channel, though, is when you can get up and you can laugh at stuff like that. I love it. Oh my gosh. Riot. And then What was her topic? You're welcome. You guys, I'm telling you. Did you still leave it posted about the dating? How would you pick up a guy today? Something like that. Oh my God, so funny. I watched this video a long time ago where this guy had a country song, something about he met all of his ex-wives in traffic jams. That's where I got that idea for the traffic jam. And I don't know. I haven't been single for a very long time. But I told Ty, I went into her stream. I didn't even know what the whole topic was. I just heard something about dating and how would you pick up a guy. I told her I'd just stop in a traffic jam and lasso him and take him home. Lasso him, hog tie, drag him home, and we'll talk. They would think I was crazy. Oh, shoot. Tina? That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that is hysterical. Some of the, I mean, when we were kids growing up, if you would have walked in my brother's bedroom, you would have thought, oh my God, like what us kids must have put our parents through. He had Kiss all over his wall with Gene Simmons' tongue hanging out with blood all over the place. It was gross. When I think of stuff like that, I think, what was our parents thinking? I mean, think about it for a minute. How would you feel if you had a son like Stephen King and he brought you a short story to read? I would be sending my son to a mental ward. Could you imagine? Here, Mom, can you proofread this? I mean, some of these things that people come up with. But yeah, these songs. But I know what you're saying, what they must have thought. I mean, look at one of my favorite records was Blondie. This song that has nasty sex in it, but you don't hear it in the lyrics until you get the song. You know, the one that's toe to toe, wall to wall. They sing some pretty graphic lyrics in that song. And I didn't realize it until I got the lyrics. I was like, oh my God, what did my mother think? My sister was an Andy Gibb fanatic. She had Andy Gibb all over her wall. I was malty. I didn't care. I had a mix. I liked Sean Cassidy and Parker Stevens because they were the Hardy Boys. I had John Stamos. I had a whole bunch of different people on my walls. My parents never paid attention. I liked a lot of, yes, it was Rapture. I had a bunch of males and females. Excuse me. Pat Benatar. My wall was more like a collage. And my favorite story, besides horses, of course, was I love Nothing Gold Could Stay. And the Outsiders, that was one of my favorite books. And I had cut up pictures out of Teen Beat magazine of all the guys that played in the Outsiders, and Diana Lane. I thought she was so pretty. And I had Nothing Gold Can Stay, and I collaged. That's all I did was cut pieces and collage them. So I was already scrapbooking before I knew what scrapbooking was. But I'm not kidding. Ty. My house growing up, if you'd have walked in my house, you'd have been, what? You had my husband in one room playing this had literally happened one day in my house. He had AC/DC on the stereo. My youngest daughter, Kristen, had Backstreet Boys, and you would go into my oldest daughter and you'd hear Ja Rule. Like it was such a melting pot in my house. It was wild. So it was definitely interesting. Everybody would shut their doors and play their own music, but you could hear it all if you stood in the center of the house. I don't know what my first poster was, but I remember um, Teen Beat and Tiger Beat magazines was our favorite. And we would take the centerfolds and hang them on our walls. Yep. Karate Kid. I saw Night Ranger in concert. I have the books put away. What I would do is every concert I went to, I would buy the books that had like pictures of the bands and stuff in them. So I think Tesla played with Night Ranger. I can't remember. Tesla was at one of them. They were the opening act. But we saw the first concert I ever went to was not by choice. It was a double dating. My cousin wanted me to go because she wasn't allowed to go by herself. So she fixed me up on a blind date. It was a nightmare. I never go on a blind date. It's horrible, especially when you don't know anything about the person and you feel stupid because you don't know what to talk about. But I wasn't dating anybody at the time, and she had just turned. We were 15. We were allowed to double date. 16, we were allowed to go on our first single dates. That's what the rules were with our parents. So she had turned 15. She was like, come with me so I can go. And so we went to see Air Supply. That's not who I would have picked. I mean, not this saying there's anything wrong with Air Supply, but that was not my genre of music. I definitely liked rock. I'd have picked somebody like Def Leppard first or somebody like that, but or Van Halen, one or the other. But I did see, let's see, first it was Air Supply. Then the second concert I went to was Night Ranger. And then I saw Def Leppard in concert 3 times. Van Halen rocked my world. Of course, it was with Sammy Hagar. It was not the original Van Halen with David Lee Roth. The Sammy Hagar concert we went to, there we not only got to see Eddie play on stage, but we got a close-up of a great big screen. And let me tell you, that man could rock that guitar. And I'm not kidding. It was the most amazing thing I ever saw. When you got the hairs going up on your arms and up the back of your neck and you're listening to somebody rocking a solo on a guitar like that, it was the most amazing thing I ever saw. Rest in peace, Eddie. But I'm telling you, he was so talented. And I think my husband saw Ozzy. He saw a bunch of other people. He went to Ozfest or wherever they had a bunch of rock bands. So he saw a little bit more than me. But who else did I see? Leonard Skinner. Saw them too. We only got stuck with those tickets because somebody couldn't make it in the family and they gave us their tickets to go. And it was fun. We were rained on, but it was still fun. And I feel like I'm missing somebody. The Def Leppard, seeing them 3 times was pretty awesome. They were probably one of my favorite groups, I would say. Oh, what the heck is his name? It's like stringing a 5 and dime. Oh, how's that song go? Bryan Adams. To think of the song, to think of his name. We saw Bryan Adams at concert. I went with 2 of my cousins, and it was a girls' night. And he was really good as a solo to see in concert. And I think that was it. But I kept the books, and then my husband took one of our daughters to see Quiet Riot or somebody, and they were like, "Who?" But when they got to the concert, they had a blast They didn't realize how fun a concert was until they actually got to go to one. Oh, I didn't get to see Prince. Tina. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Tina. Um, I don't think I ever got to see any female artists. My mother was she was a big Barbara Mandrell fan. She liked the country music because I have an aunt who sings gospel, and she used to travel with her husband. It's a long story, but it was Joey and Davis and Jimmy Stevens, and they used to sing together. I have an album made by them, and she's got a star in the wall of the Wheeling place because they used to stars before they were famous back in the day at the Capitol Music Hall in Wheeling, West Virginia. And my aunt's actually got a star in the wall there now. But she got throat problems, and they had to take nodules off her vocal cords, and she can't sing now. So she turned her craft, you should say, because she likes to give messages out there. She's really religious, and she's a really good-hearted person, and she writes children's books now. But they put a star in the wall. She's good friends with Porter Wagner's sisters, and they actually sang out at the church that my mother grew up in, and they were all back from the country days. My mom met Barbara Mandrell before she became famous, because before they did, they would go to the Capitol Music Hall, and they had like almost like a Dick Clark dance show, and they would sing and stuff, and it was like, common people in with the common singers because they weren't famous yet. So they got to meet a lot of people doing that kind of stuff. And my aunt's youngest daughter used to play guitar, and she sang a solo at one point, but I think there was 2 other girls at the same time, and she didn't climb. There was another girl that made it that year. I can't remember what the song was. It was a pretty song, though, that the other girl sang, but it's really competitive in the music world. But it was a lot of fun. My mom said she had a blast hanging out with a bunch of people before they were famous and stuff, and they had a lot of fun there. Yes. Def Leppard always put on an amazing show. They all did. They were real good, especially the drummer after he was in his crash and he lost one of his arms. He had to use one of his feet with the drums to be able to pull it off. And I'm telling you, he did an amazing job one-armed with them drums, let me tell you. They had a lot of setbacks, Def Leppard did. They had a lot of things happen with their band members throughout the years, and it was like every time they would climb and they would do good and hit like number 1 song, something tragic would happen. Like they really had a struggle. But it was fun. But my aunt was all excited when she got to put her star on the Capitol Music Hall wall. She was all ecstatic. Trying to remember, I have one of her children's books upstairs. But this is when she was awarded her star. I'll show you a picture. She says that phone call, you never went to hear Holly Garrett passed away or something, rest in peace, but they did a thing. And here's she's in the center. That's my aunt that sings gospel and writes children's books now. They put a star. This was at the Capitol Music Hall in Wheeling. She's got a star with her name on it. So we're all happy for her. I think it was Finding Pepper was the name of her first children's book, and she did a video where she sits around and she's reading to kids, and it was about a lost Rottweiler puppy is what the book's about. It's really cute. I was hoping she would have it. Oh, and we get to see one of her Christmas shows. This is funny. She was in the Honky Tonk Sweethearts Christmas show. In 2022, me and my mom went to see her. It was a lot of fun. It was a nice live show. I was trying to find her book. I thought she had it published. And they did a magazine article about her too. She's one of my favorite people. She's really kind. Very, very kind. She doesn't have a mean thing to say about a person in the world. That's the kind of person she is. I don't know if Finding Pepper on Google or not, but I have a copy. She's so funny. She gets so emotional when she wins stuff, but she is a sweetheart. No, I can't find her. Here's her books. I don't have Pickled Pepper. There's Finding Pepper, see, by Joey and Davis. And then she's got Pickled Pepper. There's a glare. That's the copy I don't have. But I do have the magazine article that they wrote about her. And that's her two daughters. That's my cousin Robin and her daughter Jemima. She was the one, Jemima is the one who sang and played piano. Mm-hmm. Is that her there? Or no, that's Marion. Oh my gosh, she's getting so big. Oh, I'm going down memory lane over here. Marion's Jemima's daughter. She's playing the ukulele. Oh my god, that's so funny. Haven't seen Marion in ages. We try to keep in touch. But these are a lot of my family I have on Facebook. I do try to keep in touch with them as much as possible. It's what I like about Facebook for people that's further away. Oh, here's where she sang for the Jamboree. This is who she was married to. She cut an album with Jim. Jimmy was so nice. It was Joey and Davis and Jimmy Stevens. And I have the album. And he passed away first a while ago. He was a really nice man, too. Seems so funny seeing her on stage. She was so young. That was before my time. She was real young. Okay. But it was cool to have a music person in the family. But she has went and read for the kids at St. Jude's. She is really involved where kids and stuff are concerned. So I said she's a very caring lady. She likes to reach people for sure. Yes. Yep, Ty. It was crazy what that band went through. Seemed as soon as they would get it together, something bad would happen, you know? It was crazy. So we got the nursing one done. I don't know if I can find, I don't know if I want to put washi tape on that or not. I might just pull a Tina. And let's see. I'll pull a Tina and do some outlining. Tina likes her outlining pens. Tina did it. She made me get addicted to mixed media stuff. She made me do it. Tina almost got my first notebook full. It's drying right now of my background pages. Like every 5th page. Tina is our mixed media queen, Ty. She makes me do this kind of stuff. Look what she made me do. She made me get all colorful. She ain't complaining, no, huh, Tina? This is one of Tina's books. I gotta brag. Look how cute this is. Look what she did. Did you tie-dye this too? I like how she does her material, but look what she does. Colorful art stuff. Isn't this cool? I love her crafty styles. She likes playing with stencils and fun stuff. Look at how cool that is. Oh my gosh. This is like a peace love days. Let's hop in the pizza van and go cruising because it's like psychedelic, dude. Tina, see what you do. This is pretty though. Like Spicoli. It's gnarly. Oh my God. He used to crack me up on Ridgemont High. He was so funny. That was one of the corniest movies, I swear. Or Spicoli. But yeah, I like color. Like, I'm not much of a neon person, but I really like colorful stuff. I'm not much of like a light watercolor person. I like dark colors. This kind of emphasize. I like junk mail, Ty. My husband's getting ready to kill me, though. He tells me all the time I'm a junk collector. Oh, and tomorrow I'm posting video number 2 of food tasting. He was laughing so hard. He come home and he was so tired that first video we did. I had to redo it because he was laughing so hard he couldn't talk. So I had to redo it and stuff. And he teases me all the time. He's always saying, "Don't beat me, don't beat." I said, "You wish I beat you." But he picks on me all the time, Ty. He does it offline. He's a naughty husband. He tortures me. So whenever I'm on video with him, like on here, he'll say stuff. Quit beating me, quit beating me. Sometimes when he's home, he makes the smacking noise like that, and he tells everybody I'm whipping him. He's so goofy. He's always trying to get me in trouble. I said, "You wish I beat you." So I told the girls we were goofing off on Whatnot the other day. I said, "Come over to YouTube." I said, "I'll break out the granny paddle and spank my husband." This was so funny because my one grandson, Steven, he literally brought a dark wooden paddle and gave it to me, Ty. And he said, "This is for you to spank Pappy," because he saw me on YouTube and heard me make that comment. My grandson, He brought me a paddle. Oh my gosh. Michael's eyes get all twinkly and he got to laughing so hard that Steven even thought to do something like that. And I told the girls on Whatnot, I said, you come over to YouTube. I said, I'm going to take that paddle and spank my husband, and I'm not going to have no safe words either. They were rolling the other night. And that's where the spanking comes from. It's such a fun joke offline. People don't realize where it comes from, but I think it's funny. So now they're calling me dominatrix over there on Whatnot. I say I'm not a dominatrix. I said, you guys don't have a clue. I'm not even close. I said, it's just a joke, but we have fun with it. So that's how the Greenie paddle was born. It's actually so funny. I'm not into rough stuff. I'm a good girl, but I still think it's hysterical. So now I just tell people, you be good or I'll paddle you. I don't have to use ignore. I'll just spank your butt. Some lady goes, I could never paddle my grandkids. I couldn't either. I said, that's not where the Greenie paddle comes from. It's a joke. I said, you just don't know me offline. The only thing my grandkids get is a bunch of candy, and then they get sent home to their parents. I get them on a sugar high and then send them home. That's what kind of Nana I am. Oh, Ty, I have to tell you this. I got in trouble. Jumping mud puddles. And his other grandmother bought him a pair of shoes. What do you think he did? He got yelled at. Steven, Michael, I just brought those for you, and you jump in a puddle. Well, Nana taught me. I said, really, Steven? You're not supposed to tell on me. So he got me in trouble with his other grandma. I thought that was so funny, though. I'm the grandmother that's fun. I don't care what anybody says. I'm the fun Nana. It was hysterical. See, I don't even have to try and I get in trouble. It was hysterical, though. It was funny. I could have just seen her face. That had to be priceless. Would I do it again? Yep. Oh my gosh. And it's funny because I have a friend clear back from when I was in kindergarten. She can vouch. She will tell you about the day that I gave her a piggyback ride and we fell in a mud puddle. Because we did. Oh my gosh. She never forgot that her whole life. I remember in high school, she goes, I remember when you were giving me a piggyback ride and we landed in a mud puddle. So I've always been this way. My friend Kim, it came and stayed with me off of Yahoo for 10 days from Australia. You know what she'll tell you? What's Tammy like in person? She's naughty. That's what she told everybody. I said, nuh-uh. I'm innocent. She's hysterical. Okay, so we have I done and we have N done. I'm getting there, people. I started this a while ago and never got to finish it, but I'm almost there. So we did I and N, and then O. I think I had ocean stuff. Let me see. Yes, I had fishy. and water. You see here. Oh my gosh, there's some whales. There's the sailboat. I picked out all these different pictures. Does it go like this? No, it goes like that. Here's my one grandson. This is Angelo. This is my oldest grandson. I cannot believe they're 13. Ugh, they're teens. Time flies. I'm telling you. Told the girls, I said, I'm telling you, it's like they're there one day and the next minute it's just they grow too fast. Okay, so there's my little ocean cutouts. And these came from junk mail. So we'll do, I'll leave the blue on this. We'll put fishies. I don't know if the sailboat's gonna fit. I don't think I have an O word for ocean, so I might have to draw it on. We'll put it up top. Kind of like this water better. It's splashier. But let's see if I can cut this down a little bit. Put this in here. Wanted to make artist trading cards in the alphabet. So for people that don't know what I'm doing, that's what this was about. There's so much glue on this. So put this here. We'll get the sailboat on here somehow. Maybe I could do. Let's see if I could do this. Water right here. Looks good. This is the glue that falls out of the bottle. Oh my gosh. I cannot get over how runny this glue is. Let's put this here. And then leave this squared. This up here. And how about, let's do this. Sorry, little fishies, I'm gonna cut you off. I want a couple little fishies on it too. We'll put this over here. Yeah, I like that right there. Put this right here. And then how about doing something a little different with this one? These are cute. We shall put you up here. We'll give it a blue, sparkly, just a plain star. Oh my goodness. I forgot to tell you guys. There was a group of ladies that I started on YouTube with. They were under names Sunbury Housewives. And their names are Shell and MJ. And they're out of Ohio. And they are funny. They're another really, really cute channel. Well, MJ took a sabbatical for a little while. And she was gone for a little while. So in the meantime, Shell was running their channel because they was doing it together. She was doing all these cute DIYs and it's like that from the Dollar Tree. She's very talented. So she got into making homemade tumblers. Like she literally does the the stuff that you make it with. There's it's a polyurethane. I don't know, something like that. And her tumblers are amazing. So I finally got the money. Well, it's coming Friday. We're living paycheck to paycheck, so I got to watch my spending here in the future. Oh, Ty, the one time, the story. What happened to us? Oh, there for a while, my membership was gone. I'm only a member of a couple channels, and what I went through with my bank, it was absolutely crazy. I couldn't figure out how to resume YouTube because it wouldn't let me. But what happened was, let me show you MJ and Shell's thing first. It canceled everything. Everything on my cards was canceled. It was nuts. The Heart, I think it's called The Heart of It All, is the name of her business. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Once they built their channel, they changed it. Wait a minute. I gotta find the email. Heart of It All, without the. It's called Heart of It All. So you go in. I don't know if it'll come up on the thing or not. It was all caused because of my Instagram being hacked. I think Heart of It All is the name of their store. Let me see. Yeah, there's her channel on YouTube. It's called Heart of It All Custom Creations. I'll put the link in here. But so I'll tell you the story here in a second. So if you hit Heart of It All, they have a store too. I was trying to find the link to their store because it gives you ideas. Wonder if it's just on Instagram. Let me see here. Heart of It All Custom Creations. This is it on Instagram. This is what she makes. Look how cool these are. Look at this. And she does special orders, whatever you. She sent me pictures of the paints to pick out the colors, and she custom makes them from scratch. And I told her what I wanted, and I'm gonna do. Look at that elephant. That is so cute. She'll put your name on it. The only thing, these are not dishwasher safe, and you can't leave them in the sun. It's made with a certain thing. But there's Shell. She's so pretty, and that's MJ with the red hair. And there they are together. They were Sunbury Housewives, and they are funny. Oh my gosh, are they funny? They do car chronicles, and they're absolutely hysterical. There's a rose gold one. Her what I wanted done, and I'm going to do an unboxing on my channel when it's done. They're very sweet people. Here's some. I'll put their Instagram in here too, so people can go check them out. But she's very gifted. Shell is. She does the cutest DIYs, and then she ended up landing into this. So they changed Sunbury Housewives to this channel for business, and then they made their own separate channels. But they're really funny. But I love Shell's stuff. She does an amazing job. And I can't wait to do the unboxing. So what happened was, the person that hacked my account on Instagram, my original, they downloaded the 2 authenticator code. Well, I tried to download the 2 authenticator code to get my account back. So what happened was, they kept telling me there was a free trial for 4 something, and I'm like, well, I'll just do the free trial and whatever. Well, then I get a fraud phone call from the bank saying that somebody was trying to charge over $30 to my card, and I did not give permission for that. So I get a text message saying that they picked up the site as a fraud, and did I authorize, it was like 39 something, and I said no. So they blocked my card, but I thought it was like a temporary block till I called the bank. I didn't realize they literally canceled my card. So my husband and I have a joint account. We have a separate card for each of us with 2 different numbers. So I had to go into everything and change it to his, because you got to realize my card's everywhere. It's on Amazon, everywhere I shop, and I had to change it. Well, YouTube, it canceled everything. And I'm like, you got to be flipping kidding me. So when I went to resume membership, it denied me. Like, I went through all the prompts and everything, because it also will accept PayPal. And when I tried to do it, it kept blocking me. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't understand why it kept blocking me when I put the right number in. Well, apparently you have to go under Google to change it. It's like, what the hell? It took me a few weeks to figure it out. I was like, you got to be kidding me, because I kept going round and round in circles because it kept saying it wasn't accepting it. So then I had to go through Google. I can't even, to be honest, I did so many steps. I don't even know what the hell I did to fix it. But I finally got it fixed, and I thought, oh, because I had not just my YouTube membership, I have my Insta Ink, my Netflix, my Paramount, like everything is an auto takeout. So I was getting emails for warning saying you canceled this or we pay this or oh my God, it was a nightmare time because when you use PayPal, what a person has to realize you can have 5 or 6 different cards in PayPal, between charge cards or whatever. But say you're on something like Paramount that takes it out once a month, you have to be specific. Like you literally got to go into your wallet on PayPal and change the specific numbers. I didn't know this. I thought it was whatever you set to preferred, but it doesn't work that way. So then on top of that, what we had to deal with when the card was denied, it was my business bank that was set as the default in PayPal, not our main. It took me in the hole over 90 something dollars. I got hit 3 times with over service charge. Like, you got to be freaking shitting me. I go to the bank and literally tell them I did not give PayPal permission to use my business bank account. I didn't know, even though it's set as your main bank in PayPal, I didn't know they could hit that once a preferred card was stopped. Oh, it was definitely a learning experience the hard way. So the bank, because they hit me with 100, I think it was 107 charges. They paid me back the 80 something. The bank did because every time we tried to put them in to catch up, it was in process. So it was bouncing into the bank before we could get the money in it to settle it. You see what I mean? Like the bank was hitting before we could get ahead of it. Like you would have had to have like hundreds of dollars to get past that. And we were only putting the amount in they were asked for. It was a nightmare. But we finally got it settled because for some reason the banks are there. It was slowing down for security reasons. And we had like my husband paid like $2,000 in bills the same time this happened. He didn't know that I was shopping on Whatnot. I didn't know that he was taking out that in bills. Our bank account got slammed, like slammed. And I told him, I think I broke the automated bank system. It was a joke between us. But thank God the bank saw what we were doing, that we were trying to get ahead of the payment. So they did give us back the 80 something. So I was happy about that. So we only paid basically for one of the overcharges, which I can understand being penalized because we learned something. I had to go in and change everything in PayPal and take my business bank out of it because my business bank isn't the one that contains all the money. It's our main account that does. I told him, I said, I was just in all kinds of that week. When it rains, it storms. First, my account gets hacked, and then I get hit with all this other shit at once. It's usually how it usually happens. And it did. But we finally got everything settled. And I told him, don't pay one more thing, until all these processes go through. Because when you shop on Whatnot, this is the thing that people need to know. If you do go to the Whatnot app and shop for the auctions, they do one at a time. It's not like get one big amount as a bundle. Say you're over there and you're like in 10 different sales, you're getting hit with 10 different processes because it automatically comes out of your bank account as soon as you win. And because they do it one at a time, my bank picked it up as fraud. That's what happened. And I had to go to the bank and tell them, release Whatnot. It is not a fraud, but the other one was. For the authenticator off of Instagram. It was a nightmare, but we finally got it worked out. It took us a few days. But it sucks when it happens right before the weekend because like you have no way to fix anything when it's especially when the bank's closed on Sundays. It's like so you got to wait till Monday morning and like run to the bank to fix everything. It's crazy. But I finally got it all straightened out, thank God. Yay! There's quite a few people in the crafting community that's on Patreon too. They seem to like Patreon. I think it was the year before last, somebody had approached me in an email asking me to do a Patreon. I didn't want to because I'm not ready for it. Like, I wasn't the kind of crafter that was into what they expect from crafters on Patreon, because what the Patreon crafters do is, if you have digitals, you're like a digital creator, or if you're somebody that, you know, likes to teach journals and how to make them, that's the tiers for crafters. Like, I know a couple of the crafters that's into Patreon, but they do this as a job, like 8 hours a day or more. And I'm not wrapped up into my crafts that long. I had my bookstore open 8 hours when I was doing my books when it was open, but I don't do that kind of crafting, because, like, I think Dear Julie is Patreon, and Uni Desiree, we call her JD. She's in Australia and she's a Patreon, and her tiers tells everything she does. Like, if you're her Patreon, you get access. Her top tier gets all of her digitals free. And I think the way Julie does it is she has people who are emerald, sapphire. She names you after a jewel, and each one gets something in her tiers. Like, the top tier gets all the digitals free and some other stuff that she does. And then her second tier gets like so many digitals free. Like, she has hers broken down where you get so much stuff that she creates. But her people really like her because she does prompts and she does craft alongs like every day. Like, she does something monthly. If you're going to create a journal, and she does the steps and she tells you this is what you need in her videos or her live streams. She does premieres. And that's how crafters do it. But when the person approached me in email, I'm like, I don't have the time to, do the crafting style Patreon. I'm not into crafting much to get into tiers and all that stuff yet. I'm not there. Because it's really a commitment, I guess, when you're a crafter in Patreon. You are committing your life's blood. And sometimes I just don't have it. There's some days I come on here, I can't think of one thing to craft. It's just like writer's block. I have no clue what I'm going to do half the time. I'm kind of a last minute planner. But kudos to the ones who can really get into crafting that much. I do believe Julie was a florist before she became a crafter. She's very creative, watching her stuff, because I like watching florists too. I think florists are really cool to watch. And she was one, but I don't know what other creators do. I don't have a clue. Like, what other people do with their Patreons. Don't know. And I know there was another chatter, I think, Shoot the Shit. That's what their channel names are, Pam and her brother. And they used to talk, and oh my gosh, they were funny. I think they started a Patreon to have a place for people to go gab, like you were saying, Ty. Some things are censored on YouTube, and I think they took their chat over to Patreon to be able to talk about stuff that YouTube wouldn't censor. And I'll tell you another one who is he's a criminal channel, but he's very explicit. He holds nothing back. You want to watch a very blunt channel? He went to Patreon because YouTube kept trying to kill his content. He's got a mafia type voice. This is so funny. Let me pull him up here. I'm subscribed to his channel. He's got 53,000 so far. But I'm telling you, if you can't handle Blunt, you won't like this guy. He reports true crime, and he's called Dead Bug. And let me tell you, he's blunt. But he did have a professional therapist on his channel who was talking about like the mind of these killers and stuff. He was very nice. He had him as a guest. He's not as blunt. He's like more professional. But Dead Bug went to Patreon because people really liked his content, the way he talks, and YouTube kept cutting him off because he can be really vulgar, but he's really good. He cracks me up. And he has these puns in his stream that's very, very blunt. That's all I can say. You'll understand when you watch one of his videos. He sounds like a mafia person when he talks, but he could be really funny sometimes. I find him amusing. And I find it really funny because there was a male I was talking to here lately, and he absolutely cracked me up because he just people think women and men can't be friends. I will never understand that for the life of me. I just don't. And that's a good topic. That's a good topic, Ty. Can men and women be friends? I think they can be, but some men argue with me to differ. And I'm sorry, but I disagree. I think that there are just some people, you know, if you don't have sexual chemistry with someone, you can be friends with them. That's just my philosophy. And I run into men that just are, well, I can't possibly talk to you the way I do my guy friends. And I'm like, why? You don't think I haven't heard the men's locker room stories before? I used to bartend to people. There is nothing you could possibly say that I have not heard. And it kills me when men say stuff like that because I beg to differ. So when I sit and listen to Dead Bug, I love it because he is so blunt. He holds nothing back, and he doesn't care if you're a male or a female. He says it like it is. And that's the kind of people I like. Doesn't matter if you're a male or a woman, male or a female. Speak. Say it. Say it. Just be blunt. Just spit it out. And I just think it's funny when people say that men and women can't be friends because I think they can be. I just do. I've had lots of male friends in my lifetime. Never had no feelings whatsoever about wanting to go on dates with them or anything. And I just don't understand. Am I like the only female that thinks that way? I don't know. But I have a problem with all males thinking that they should want to sleep with every female they're around. Don't they call an addiction? Isn't there a thing called sex addiction for that way of thinking? I don't know. But I do think it's a good topic. Because I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I just don't. I think that there's people who might say they're friends with somebody that's the opposite sex, and they might be lying about it to cover their ass. But I still think that it's possible. Because if you're not friends with a male and you don't have a brother, who is going to teach you about the opposite sex? I mean, seriously, if you're not friends with one, makes no sense to me. That's my take on it. I didn't have the word ocean, so I just wrote the word ocean so everybody would know. But this is an O card. But I am going to should I decoupage there, or should I put tape on the other side? Well, it's like this, Ty. This is just my point of experience of an argument I had with a guy here recently about this topic. Some people don't have their dads around to teach them, especially if they work. But this is my philosophy, and I did put this into the practice test. My mom and dad they were church people, and I felt like at times we were raised in a bubble. And when reality really hit, I feel like we were raised in a bubble, and my kids felt the same way at times with certain things, especially with drugs. And it's not that, it's just that we try to protect our kids. But my mom was the type of person, and my dad with us girls, if a boy wants to take you out on a date, they'll call you. We were not allowed to have boys as friends. We were not allowed to call boys, and that made it the forbidden fruit. I was a teen pregnant girl. I was 16 when I got pregnant, 17 when I had my daughter, 5 months later, I turned 18. So yeah, the forbidden fruit thing was not a good thing for me. So I made up my mind when I had my 2 daughters to try to break that chain. Because my mother also was a pregnant teen. So what does that say? When your parents tell you can't be friends with the opposite sex, I think that's a problem. So I decided to change it when I had my daughters, and I said, no, I'm not doing that with my daughters. I'm not. They're going to be taught that they can be friends with boys. They are allowed to call them, and they are allowed to be friends. So from the time my oldest daughter first was little, I remember getting phone calls from parents from, first grade, kindergarten. My son David wants to have a play date with your daughter Jade. We would take them to the playground. They were all supervised. Everything was good. And because my daughters were allowed to have male friends, they were not teen pregnant girls. And not only that, my brother did what my mother did, and my niece ended up in a very bad relationship her first time because they made it the forbidden fruit. I wanted to put it to a test to prove a point that males and females can be friends. And my daughter had a best friend who was a male who used to come to our house. And when they, got to the point where they were going to dances and all that kind of stuff, he would come to the house with the door, her bedroom door was open. He would sit on the edge of her bed, and they would talk and tie. They never dated. They never even so much as kissed. They were best friends the whole time. And I loved it because my daughter learned a lot about males through him and how he would talk to her about certain things. She would go to him for advice because I didn't have any sons. And my husband was always working, and they never felt that kind of comfort with their dad that they felt with a male friend to talk. And I think it's wrong. I think people are wrong thinking that males and females can't be friends, because I think they can be. And through experience, I proved my point. And I think it's sad that guys have that thought process that they feel that they have to have sex with females and they can't just be friends. I think that's a sad feeling, because I was raised with an older brother and sister. I have a brother 5 years older than me and a sister that's 3. And I always had older males around the house, and I never dated any of them either. They protected me a little too much, being that I was my brother's younger sister. God forbid somebody looked at me wrong, they were ready to beat them up. But I never had that problem. Like, being around males, listening to him talk shop and stuff, but I hated it that my mother would never let us be friends with males. Like, to call them and stuff to get advice. So I was glad that my daughters got to get to be friends with males. Yeah, and I don't get it, because like, I was trying to get to know somebody here not too long ago on the web, and I thought he was a nice guy, which I still think he is. It's just his thought process is wrong. He was just like, well, I can't talk to, a female. I could talk to male friends. I'm like, why? You don't think I have had a male say, hey, I like nudie pictures on a calendar. Who cares? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe because I was a tomboy too much. Who knows? But I just think it's crazy that he kind of closed up, and it's like, well, I don't want that kind of a friend. I want somebody who's not guarded every time I have a conversation with them. Let your hair down. So it didn't work out because his thought process is just not the same as mine. And it's not that I can't like people with different thought processes, but I just don't want to feel guarded every time I talk to someone, And like I asked this person if they were dating somebody and they wouldn't answer me. And at first I thought it's because they didn't hear my question. So then I asked him again, okay, explain this one. So then I asked him again, and he still didn't. I said, are you like avoiding my question? Because I'm married. I mean, hello, it's not a secret. And I wouldn't lie about it even if I didn't have rings on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm me. And I'm going to present myself for who I am. And I get the answer, no, I'm basically avoiding your question because I don't want to talk about it here. What the hell is that supposed to mean? It was a yes or no question. I'm not asking you details. I'm not asking you who. I just asked if you had a girlfriend or if you were married and had kids. I get, no, I'm not married and I don't have kids, but they wouldn't answer me on the girlfriend part. So what are you hiding? See what I'm saying? And it's like, whatever. I mean, what do you think I'm going to do with it? Put it on a blimp and put it out in the sky or some shit? I don't know. I just don't understand the way people are sometimes on the web. It's like, it's crazy. It was just a simple question to get to know a person. It wasn't, there was no other hidden agenda behind the answer, behind me asking that question. That's just a simple question. I don't know, Ty. I just think some people are very weird on here sometimes. That's cute. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to get to know people on the web, and sometimes it's just not so fun. But I mean, I feel like I'm a nice person. I don't know why people would think I wasn't nice. It's not like I'm going to blackmail you. What kind of money can I make off of knowing if somebody has a girlfriend or not? I don't know. It just was weird. So I just let it go, and I don't talk to that person anymore because I find people like that shady. Okay. I know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to decoupage it. Just to make sure this stays down. But yeah, I could pretty much write a book between my life offline and my life online. It's definitely would be a good read. Things I've witnessed on here and off here is crazy. Especially being a bartender, I used to hear all the dear bartender stories. But at the end of the day, what was said in the bar was left in the bar. I never talked about it. I wouldn't use people's names and things like that even to this day. That's not the kind of person I am. And and even how you see these people that are friends and then they get into fights, or mates, they get into fights. There was a girl I knew a long time ago. I felt so bad for her on Yahoo because she had a boyfriend offline who didn't even know. She didn't even meet him in chat. And they broke up. And he had naked pictures of her and shared it with the chat room. People like that to me are stupid. And she was so embarrassed. And I said, you know what? It's not your fault because you shared that in the time of privacy. He had no business to be bringing that stuff to the web. People are just assholes. And I like I said, I could read a book. But I would never tell people's names from the shit that I've seen. Crazy what people do. But what's shared in a friendship to me stays there. It's not something to be blabbed about just because you're no longer friends with somebody, and I don't understand how some people can be such bricks. I'll never understand that. Because, there's lots of people I've been friends with and I'm no longer friends with them anymore. But that doesn't mean I go around telling their business because we're not friends anymore. Because it was shared at the time we were friends and it's confidential. Some people out there are just idiots. They just are. But I did like bartending though. Definitely was an experience in itself. That's one job I could say I would do over again. I met a lot of cool people. We had a lot of fun times. I'm gonna let that dry because it's flushed. This is my glue book. I made this tassel, which was fun. This is all junk mail stuff. This was A. I put all my little cards that I have in alphabetical order in here. B was honeybees. C was caring. I love blue books. These are such fun. D was dreams. E was eagle. F was farm. G was garden. H was horse. Okay, and then I left this empty for I. Oh, this is perfect because it's blue and pink. And I did not plan that. Okay, get my glue. I'm going to put I in tonight. I'm going to use my Lay's glue for this. Be sure to get it on the edges as much as possible. we'll put this right here. And then this way I can add stuff to these pages. That maybe resonate with these. I. And then J is for junk journal, which you can add a bunch of junk. K is keys. And then we have L that I didn't do yet. M is music. And then we're going to do the N over here for nursing. It's so funny that I never match these, but they fit pretty good on these pages. I didn't even think to. Okay, I should have. Actually, should have looked, but I didn't. There's N. And then there's railroad. I did that with Dad's. Okay, LMN. O. Oh, O is up there. And then P is for pirate. We gotta let this dry first. If I can glue that in. Q is quilt. R is rainy day. S is serenity. T, U, I don't have. V's for vacation. And then X, Y, Z. And then my, yeah, I don't have X, Y, Z done. So that's all I got to do to finish these. And these could be used as tags for a journal or for what I'm doing a glue book. This glue book was fun. I actually bought this paper at the Dollar Tree. It's wrapping paper. And then this was fabrics I got at a Quilter's Estate, and I cut it down. And I took my Big Shot machine. It looks like it's sewed, but it isn't. It imprints the sew look. And what I did was I downloaded a scroll paper like on my computer, and I put words in it. Dreams, journal, and whatever. And I have two different sizes of these. So I glued these to the fabric, glued two, and then printed this off and cut it. And then I put the 3 signatures in this book, which is papers pretty much folded. Papers I had laying around my house. And usually the outside of the signatures that I do, I use cardstock because it's thicker. And then some of my dyed pages are in this, or pages I had laying around the house. I just folded them up and sewed them back into the book. Here's the center of my signatures. I used coloring books because they're pretty. What I did was took a needle and thread and sewed them back in and then turned it into a glue book. And then this here, BB Crafts approached me as a YouTuber. This was funny. They asked me, they give you so much money free you can spend, and all you have to do is go into the shop, pick out what you want. They reimburse you the money to do a tassel or something with their beads or whatever you pick out. And there's a lot of crafters that do BB Crafts. And you do a YouTube video or you do a review. So what I did was I did 2 videos, but it was hysterically funny because I was doing something nobody else did. Not normal, in case you guys don't know this. They either take chains and make dangles. And I had a heck of a time because I used eyelash trim and I was trying to squeeze it through their stuff. They're probably thinking, what the hell kind of crafter is she? And I couldn't get it, and I struggled because I was trying to squeeze the eyelash trim through their beads because this was my vision. That's what's nice about being a crafter is you can have your own vision. My vision apparently isn't normal. And I had little charms that were keys. This is what you call a lobster claw at the top. And what you do is you open this. It's like jewelry making. And you can unpin it. And I attached it to a bulb pin, which is like basically a pin shaped as a bulb. That's why they call it bulb pins. And it took me forever to get it to work because they wouldn't squeeze through because the holes weren't big enough on the things. And I told BB Crafts, I said, listen, just keep my money because my demonstration was like a flop to them. I said, just keep the money. It's no big deal because I wanted to play with this anyway. So I didn't do the reimbursement, but I did give them a good review. I said, just keep your money. I'm okay with it. I said, because I was doing something not normal. But usually when you make dangles, they're done with broken chain necklaces or they're done with fabric. And Tammy wanted to squeeze eyelash trim. Like, look at it. I squeezed it through the little hole. But I think it turned out cute. So I like it. But it was funny. I'm not good at demonstrating things. I don't like pressure and I don't like deadlines. I just do me. So that was funny. They never approached me again. I wonder why. But as you grow as a YouTuber, you're going to get emails from people to demonstrate depending on what you're doing. You'll get these emails. You got to really read the fine print because I have done past reviews for Amazon sellers. But if you want me to do a review on my channel, you're going to give it to me for free and you're not going to reimburse me nothing because I'm not going to pay for something that I'm going to do a review on. So, because if they don't, sometimes if you're not careful and you do a review and say you don't like the product and you give them a bad one, they could not reimburse you. And I don't want to lie to people. So to me, I'm an honest customer. You know, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been a business owner and a customer. So I can see both sides of things. So to me, when a person really wants an honest review of their product, they're going to send it to you and they're not going to ask you to pay for it so that you can do an honest review. And then you can keep the product or if you want it or not. That to me is an honest review. If I was a business owner, that's how I would do it. I would never make a person pay and then say, oh, they gave me a crappy review, so I'm not going to reimburse them. I wouldn't do that because it's not honest. So you got to be real careful when you're growing up in the YouTube world not to become a victim of that. Because I know a lot of people in the makeup community were given items and they signed papers, not realizing they had to give positive reviews and they couldn't say anything until like years after the fact because it broke their word of their contract. And some makeup reviewers took some heat because they were new and they were innocent and they thought, oh yay, somebody notices me, and they get all giddy and then they get caught in this trap. So you got to be very, very careful. Don't get all excited just because somebody notices your channel and wants you to do a review on something. Pay attention to the fine print. It's just like reading for a credit card. You want to make sure you know everything you're doing before you do that. And I know as you grow on YouTube, some of the bigger tubers have told stories about having lawyers before they do that kind of stuff because they don't want their names attached to stuff like that. And then them turn around and make them look bad. So you got to be really careful on her, people. I'm like Ty. I like when she does her YouTube info. She does a day where she shares like info on how to grow your channel and stuff like that, and she gives you tips. I love it when people share tips because it's so nice, especially when people have no guidance or if you don't know anybody that has a YouTube channel to teach you. They're really good with doing stuff like that. So you get educated before you step in a pile of crap, pretty much. But it's good to have a guide person because I didn't have anybody in my family to teach me how to do my own business. You should have seen me struggle. It was a nightmare. There was times I almost gave up on doing a bookstore because I kept running into walls. Like everywhere I turned, I was running into problems, and especially starting a business on the web. If you don't know anything about the platforms, and it was a nightmare. It took me 6 months of reading before I would even put my business on the web. I was so cautious. My best advice to people from my education to share is when you start a business, do not use a credit card. Do not get a loan. The best advice I could tell a person, start your business part-time, have a main job. I was actually doing in-home private care, and I used the cash from that job to buy everything in my bookstore, to clear down to the paper clips. I paid cash for everything because if your business flops, you're screwed. Especially mom and pop shops are really hard to get off the ground. And somebody sent a how to start your own business book into my bookstore, which was really cool because it helped me some, even though it was an older book before the web. It said the main businesses that flopped were hardware stores because the people would go so in debt with loans, getting this stuff to fill the store, like the hardware itself. And then if it didn't sell at the price that you were trying to sell it at to pay off your loans, well, then you're filing bankruptcy. And a lot of businesses, that's what happened. And I remember, I can't remember what year it was. I was talking to this guy from eBay, and it was right when, the web started becoming really popular and the mom and pop stores were going out of business because you could order straight from the provider, so you could skip the middleman, which is pretty much the stores. He said he would go around buying up all the stores that were going out of business, especially hardware, and he was selling them in his eBay because they were going belly up because they couldn't pay their loans. So that book made sense towards the web part. Even though it was older than that, it made sense today. And so I decided no loans. It takes longer, but it's definitely worth it because once you pay for everything in cash and you get your store established and all you're going to make is a profit, you don't have no debts to pay. So you don't have to worry about it. And especially if you do it in your own home like I did, because I don't have a lease or rent. So that was even better. But you can count, like, I can't remember how I do the bookkeeping myself. a tax lady who was the magistrate of our town taught me how to do the books. Thank God for her, because I didn't have no parents to teach me this stuff. And I wasn't even planning on being a business owner. That's what's weird about it all. But she taught me basic bookkeeping because we would talk about, we do our tax. So I basically do the taxes and then represent her with the paper. And she helped teach me break it down where, we have a bathroom in our store and we use electric. I only have one printer and laptop that's just for business only. I don't do anything pleasure on that because I have another one upstairs that's for home. So I was able to count the one printer down here, the one laptop down here as a business expense. And that's what I use it for when I'm doing Etsy or live sales. All my invoices and stuff come off of that. And then I have a home computer upstairs. And I have 3 computers in my house, people. So I always get something. But I didn't count these as business because they're for personal stuff. And she taught me how to break down the rooms of the house for electric, what I use in the store compared to, and you're able to count all that in expenses for your business. So it was pretty interesting. It was definitely a long, hard road for me. So whenever I meet people that want to start businesses, I try to share my experience to help others because I didn't have that. And believe me, it was a nightmare. There was times I sat for 3 months giving up. At one point, it was just like, I can't do this anymore because I don't know what I'm doing. And it was a struggle doing it the hard way. So it's nice when you have somebody guide you through stuff like this. And my family's looking at me like I'm crazy for wanting to do it in the first place. But I come to find out the house we bought, where I put my bookstore, it's really cool. There's a history in this house. And a guy showed up last June at our community art sale and told me the street beside my house was named after his uncle or his grandfather, some member of his family. And where my bookstore is, which is now becoming bookstore / craft room, was a cabinet selling place. So this was a business before it became a house. He said the whole foundation was laid out in this house. And they made homemade cabinetry, like literally carved cabinets. And it was a store. And then somebody who bought it later built a house on top and turned it into a house. So I think that's really cool that this place started as a business. That's really funny because I did not know that when I put my bookstore in here. So it's really nice, like learning the history of the places you move into because it has its own entrance and its own parking space out here. And because this could be an apartment. Like one of my daughters lived down here before she got her own place. And it's got a washer and dryer hookup, a refrigerator stove. It's got everything down here for like what do you call it? A studio apartment. And it's got a separate bath. There's no tub, but it's got a separate bathroom and shower, like just a toilet and shower down here. But it's like its whole other section of my house. And it's nice. Just needs painted because whoever was here before us put red paneling in here. And I'm like not red walled person, but yeah. I got red walls in here, people. I'd like to paint over. One of these days you'll get to see a tour. I used to have a tour of it on Google. There was a video tour of my bookstore and everything and what it looked like when I set it up. It was really nice. Now it's a mess right now because I got crafty stuff mixed with books. So it's more cluttery. I got to clean it up. But it will get there. And when I do, I can't wait to show a tour of it. I'll probably do a live tour through it once it's finished, but it's not finished where I want it to be yet. But at some point, I'll get to do a tour, hopefully. This is still wet. Look at that. But Elmer's glue is pretty decent for decoupaging. I like it. But I'll leave this out to dry. And then I'll finish the rest of them so that I can get the whole entire alphabet in this book. But I'm pretty excited. This is almost done. I have, after letter O comes, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 letters to do. I got L, T, U, W, X, Y, and Z. And then I'm finished with the letters. And I can move on to something else. But I started on Facebook, and for some reason, like, I wasn't seeing any comments. People were telling me they were in my live, but I couldn't see them there. So I kind of gave up doing them on Facebook, and I just thought, I'll just bring them to YouTube and finish them. So I'm almost done. It's exciting. So anyways, with that being said, everything's drying. And I have, this is dried now. Look how nice that dried. There's the white. And here's the brown. Look how cool that is. Almost gave it like a leathery brown. And then I have, sometimes the pages will stick together because I pin into the next page. It happens. I should almost be done with the ones I've gessoed so far. Thank you, Tiff. You should craft along with me, Tiff. We need to get you a composition notebook. You can craft with me if you want to. So I have 1 page. This is all I have left for my backgrounds. So far. 2. 3. 4. Yeah, 4 sets, and I'll be able to start putting stuff in this book. And it's going to be exciting because I'm going to have to find what I'm going to put on the pages to start this. I'll eventually do all the pages, but for now I kind of skipped around. I really love this page. This has got stenciling, it's got tissue paper, and it's got words off of one of my law books, and I sprayed it. I like this page. And then this was just done with different colors. Tammy's First Mixed Media. So this is my first journal for that. And then this is the book I have started with Tina and Teresa, learning how to do some mixed media with prompts. And these were fun. I have the dates on the back of them for when the prompts were posted. And this was a book I got off of Amazon. It's like a portfolio type thing where you can keep your stuff in it. So when they pick back up with mixed media, hopefully I'll fill this. This will be enough for a year. And I think I'm going to do something with this part. I'll cover that with something eventually. Maybe fabric or something. I'll have to think about it. But this is fun. You can get one of these at the Dollar Tree or a cheap store, Tiff. Get yourself a composition notebook. And then all you got to do is paint your pages. Now, I did buy this gesso off of Amazon. It's called Liquitex Basic Acrylic. I don't know if you paint, you like to paint, or you want to paint. This gesso is good. This gesso here is good too, but it's a little expensive. This is the first one I bought, and I just been dumping this into this container. Both of them are good gessos though. They're really good. So I got those, and then Walmart has a really good set of paints. I don't know if it's at every Walmart. These are my two favorites so far. They do have paints at the Dollar Tree. The Crafter Square. I don't like this white. It's not the greatest. But if you get the Deco Art, where you can type this in, or go to Walmart and get the Folk Art multi-surface. These are two of the best that I have found, and they're reasonable. They're not real expensive. The Deco Art comes off kind of like a chalky look. It's a satin, but it's like there's a difference in the texture. But this one here is a satin, and it's, how I would explain it. There's just a little difference in feel of them, but they're both good. This gives more of a chalky look, where this is more of a shiny. I don't know. It's just, they're just a little different. But the Folk Art you can get in a full pack at Walmart, and the Deco, it's, if you look it up, you can get it in full, like different colors. Like here's another color of the Deco Art. This is like a mint green, and this is like an orange. And then this is a little bit more pricier, but it is pretty, although the bottles are not that big. This is and they're upside down, the Delusion Shimmer Paint. These are okay, but I think they're a bit pricey. I'd rather just have the Folk or the Deco Art. So that's what I've been playing in so far. And I have some I need to use up. I bought at Joann's, but they're in little tubes. But they're nice. Look at somebody made this. I think I got this in a Defy auction. And I just think this is the stinkingest, cutest idea. It's like, I don't know if this is particle board or what, but look how cute this is. Somebody took and put a clip. They took a piece of wood that looks like a jar, and then they decoupaged on it. And then this is something that was cut out. It gets dimensional. It's wood. They put a clip on it, a bulb clip at the top. They took a ribbon and tied it to a pen, which I think is really cute. And this looks like one of the pads they have at the Dollar Tree. And they stuck this in here. I think this is so stinking cute. And then they took a calendar style book. You know, in those calendar books you don't know what to do with? They turned it into a little journal. Look how cute this is. It's different pieces of paper that you can just use to jot whatever in. There's painted paper, notebook paper. I think this is so stinking cute. Some cardstock. And they stuck it in here. So like if you're out somewhere and you want to write directions down, or you're traveling, this would be like the cutest little companion to carry. Isn't that adorable? I got that at an auction off of them, and I just love this thing. I think it's so cutesy. For coming in. This was fun. And if you ever want to craft, let me know. Anybody ever wants to come up on the panel and craft with me, just send me an email. I'll put my email in the room. It's tammysmakeuptreats@gmail.com. All ran together. Just make sure you put the S after Tammy's. And you get in touch with me and say, hey, I want to craft with you this Wednesday. And we'll craft. Just let me know. You're welcome. So I hope everybody has sweet dreams tonight. Take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And I will see you soon. Bye.